what's happening now is I'm broadcasting live to my YouTube channel. So I can have parents actually watch me teach their children at the same time that I'm actually teaching the kids. And when it's done, it actually saves the whole file in YouTube that you can then embed in your website in 2 clicks. It becomes super easy. So I want to show you how to do this. The first step is you have to make sure you have a YouTube channel. And if you have a Google account, you do have a YouTube channel. So we're going to go ahead and go to YouTube. And also make sure you only have 1 account open at a time. If you have more than 1 account open, then the YouTube link and your Google Plus link, it won't know which one you're trying to link it to. So only have 1 account open at a time. I'm going to open a new account so it makes it look new to us. So I will put it there. This is my Google account specifically for lunch detentions for this year. There we go. All right, so make sure that you're in your account that you want, and then you're going to click on the waffle. You're going to select more until you find YouTube, or you can just type in youtube.com. Sometimes it doesn't sign you in right away, so I'm going to click on sign in and make sure it signs in with the account that you want to use. And if I highlight over the little guy up here, I see that, yes, that's the one that I want to use. So once you're sure about that, you're going to click on the cog wheel. And you should be on a page just like that. And once again, if you're writing all this down, that's awesome. But this entire screen is being recorded right now with the step-by-step instructions. So it will be available online. You can go back and check step-by-step. So you should be on this screen. And if this is the first time you've done this, it'll ask you to create a channel because you need a place for the videos to land. So if you already have a channel, it'll say something different. But if you need to create a channel, you click Create Channel. And it says, how would you like to appear? And now you have a channel. So that's what you want. Is everybody good at this point so far? Okay. And now we're going to go back to our face because we have to do something. What's normal people don't do. Normal people have a 15-minute recording limit on their accounts. Okay, but we're going to up your limit to unlimited. So like if you're giving a presentation, you don't want to get cut off after 15 minutes. So we're going to up that. So to do that, we have to go back to our picture, go back to our settings wheel, and now we're going to go down to view additional features. Now, this tells you your status. So it tells you that you have good community standing, that you've not violated any copyright laws, that you're not choosing anything from monetary value. Most teachers have that turned off because the districts don't want you making money off the things that you do. But it's the longer videos that we're going to look at. So for the longer videos, we're going to click Enable. You're in the United States and you want it to be enabled by verifying that you are a real person through a text. Now, you're giving your phone number to Google. It's okay. They probably already have your phone number, right? Because they're Google. They have everything. So you're just going to send you a text with a verification so that you are you, so they know that they can give you longer than 15 minutes. So I'm going to type that in. You your I'm associated with too many. So okay, then let's do it a different way. Oh well, I won't do it again with this one. But for you, it'll say insert code here, and then once you get the code from Google, you just type in the code right there. So go ahead and try to get that code and put it in so that you can be verified as a power user, which means you get to go above 15 minutes in your thing.
I need to get that. I don't know what I did.
So just go to YouTube. Here's make sure that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay, so copy it. And you want to create a channel. Create. And then put the name that you want to be on YouTube.
Can I just use my, oh, I can't use my.
Perfect. So now you have a channel. So now you're going to go back to your little guy right there. And then click on your copy. And then you're going to come down to view additional features. You're going to need to enable longer videos. And you're going to click on text me verification code. And just put in your phone as the valid. And then Google will send you a code within a minute. Has anybody put the code in and not received it? Received it? Yeah, they're pretty quick now. They used to take about 5 minutes. Now, you see that it's a lot of steps to get it set up. And a lot of teachers at this point go, oh, it's just not working, forget it. But you don't have to do this ever again. So one-time deal, one setup thing, and it's essential to get that power user status so that you can record over 15 minutes. I didn't do that for the first time, and I did a whole 30-minute presentation, and I went to go look, and it cut me off at exactly 15 minutes. So you want to make sure that you are registered as a power user. Now, once you've done that, you're all ready to go. That means your YouTube account is verified, you've created your channel, you become a power user to record over 15. Now you never have to go to YouTube ever again if you don't want to. Okay? We just needed a landing spot for our videos. But now what you need to do is to make sure that you log in to your Google+, because that is where the Hangouts are located. Now, Google+, if you've never been there, is Google's attempt at trying to beat Facebook or Twitter. It doesn't work because it's not good. But it's where you need to go so that you can do your Hangouts. So we're going to go ahead and, once again, from google.com, you click on your waffle, and you'll see a red icon with a G and a plus. That's your Google+. And if you've never logged into it before, it'll ask for your name and your just quickly insert all that stuff. You don't have to add friends. You don't have to add pictures. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Just click OK, 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 OK. I get it. And it should take you to a landing page that looks like this.
Yeah, I did something, I think yesterday or the day before. I don't have my little waffle up here anymore. And it doesn't show up on this thing. Or is this the waffle? Yeah. How do I get it so it stays like this from now on?
So you will go to your pancakes, settings, and your home screen. So now that's where we'll go every single time. Okay. So this is there you go. So go back to your little man up there. You click on the cog. And you're going to view additional features. Just yes, you want to text me, and then you get your phone number, and they'll text you right back.
Thank you. How do you get to the Google Plus? I don't know if my school district allows us to go on Google Plus.
Waffle. Go down to more. Maybe it's not even at even more. Yeah. So you scroll down.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, you have a personal Google account?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and do that one. Now, if your school district blocks Google Plus from your GAP account, your Google Apps for Education, it's perfectly fine to use your personal one for the recording, because it's not recording any students' voices, it's not recording any students' faces, it's not recording anything of the students. The only thing it's recording is your voice and your screen. And so then you can take it from that and put it on your web page for your GAP account. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to see how easy it is to start a recording. So now that you're set up, you're going to be in Google Plus, and I want you all to click on Home. And under Home, you'll see all these different options. Go down to where it says Hangouts. So that's what you'd click on, Hangouts. And you have two options. You have Hangout on Air and Video Hangouts. Hangout on Air is the one that you want because it's the one that records and saves everything that you do. And you're trying to create an archive of your lesson. So you definitely want to click on Hangouts on Air. And then you click on Create Hangout on Air. And under here, you give it a name. So I normally name it Unit 3, Chemistry, Atoms, History, or something. Just something that I know exactly what the lesson was about. I don't write anything here. I don't need to tell anybody what it's about. You want it to start now, so you keep now. It's always going to say public. Now, when it says public, that means it's being broadcast live to the public, but only those people who follow you on YouTube. So it's not like some random person is going to be going, oh, I'm going to watch your class. Okay, so only if it's available on YouTube. And then now you're going to click share once you give it a name. And then it loads, and it gives you this screen. That means you're all set to go. So go ahead and get to that part where it's all set to go.
Give it an name.
Just give it any name. For this one, it's your first one. So just put like RockStar Hangout or RockStar this or RockStar that. Oh, okay. And do you, let's see, do you have that's true. That's true. Yes, see if it'll call me with an automated message. You can't use my text because I've already used it too many times and gave you a code that I said I've already linked it They'll see they call this number.
I have several. I have Google Classrooms, so I have a certain students.
YouTube or
Yes, so that means you're on YouTube.
okay. So then I can go to the package page again or sleep?
So did you already put in your code and they verified you and everything?
No, not on this one.
Okay, so yeah, so we'll go here. So now it's on your Gmail website. Click it. Click on the waffle. You want to make sure you have a channel. And then it's okay. Just click on that. Your channel's there. Here. Sure.
Wait a minute.
Okay, so if you were going to record your lesson, you can do this all ahead of time before the students even show up to your class. So that's a good thing. And then when the kids come in and you're ready to present, all you have to do is click Start. And it brings up your Hangout screen. And it's disabled because I'm already doing a Hangout. So let me show you what it looks like with the Hangouts. So this is your Hangout screen. Right now, it looks like this because it's like you put two mirrors together. It creates this loop. What it will look for you right away off to the side is your options bar. And you don't want to have your camera recording. So like if I click there, I have my camera turned off because I don't want to record with the camera. But it would be showing you or your students. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure it is screen recording. So you would come over here. You would come over here to the green and click on entire screen. You also have options to record windows if you don't want to do screens. So you can record just this RockStar screen or just this Google screen. But I find that the entire screen works best when you're doing multiple things. So I'll click entire screen and then share. So let's see if you guys can get to that point where you click entire screen and click share. Oh, okay, so that means your district must have Hangouts disabled.
Yes.
Yeah. So if that's the case, you just use your personal account to do the recording, and since it's not showing the kids' faces and it's not showing the stuff, you just need you need the one to record, but the district one is if that's the one you use for your website, then you use it. If you don't use it for the website, you don't use it.
So.
Yes.
But if it use your camera and microphone?
Yes. I would allow because you do want to use the microphone when you talk.
And
skip that. Just take that and hang out on there. Now, go ahead and play around. Go ahead and play around with your stuff over here. One of the ones that people love to play around with is this one. And so go ahead and try play around with that one. But there's also
Hangouts, what do I do now?
So you click Hangouts on air,
Okay.
and then create.
Yeah.
And we'll just give it a name, just test or this or that.
You might not be there. Right?
Do I have to type this in?
And then just share. And it's just tell me what it is.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, some districts don't understand what Hangouts are. They think it's like a FaceTime that you're going to be doing with other teachers and stuff. But there's a huge benefit to it for professional development and working with your teachers. So ask them if they'll turn it on for you. They may. If not, it's definitely easy enough to use a personal account. And notice I'm way over here and the microphone works perfectly fine. I'm trying to show you that you don't need to buy the headset if you don't want to. It's just all depending on how far away you are from your computer. But play around with this. So this is all you have to do. Once this is up, once you see, my teachers call this the Star Wars screen. Once you see the Star Wars screen, all you have to do is put it down. Now, anything on your screen that you do is being broadcast and being recorded because you lowered the screen. Now that is what's being shown. So if you're showing a PowerPoint, the PowerPoint is being recorded. If you're showing how to, if you're modeling how to do math work or modeling how to do something, all of that is being recorded. This is a live recording that you can do in class that will automatically save to your YouTube channel, which you can then easily embed into your website. This is the first step towards opening up the walls of your classroom. Always, always, always go with the easiest steps first, and that is recording a few short lessons. I started by recording my starters. So in the openers of the day, the kids had 5 minutes to do the starters, and then we went over them, and I put them up on the board, and we went over them. And the kids that were absent, they come in, I missed the starters from yesterday. It's on the website. And they went on and followed along and did it off the website. Then I said, well, let me try doing this with one of my PowerPoint lessons. Did it all. Can I get the notes from yesterday? It's on the website. Now everything is already on the website. So now what I do is I kind of modify and flip my classroom a little bit. So I send out an email 2 weeks in advance of my students, and I email their parents and say, hey, our first unit is on speed and acceleration. That is a very difficult unit. If you want your students to get a head start, go to this part of my website and have them view our lessons. And they get a head start, and they come in knowing what we're going to learn. So it's a modified flipped classroom right here. But wait, there's more, okay? Once you learn how to do this, and once you teach your other teachers how to do this, you can now jump into co-teaching. And it's as easy as clicking one button. On the Star Wars screen, there's a little button with there's a man with a plus. That's an invite people button. So I would like somebody to let me invite them to join our Hangout right here. So somebody who has a Hangout open, just cancel it, end it, and then I want to invite you to join this Hangout. Okay, good. So are you all set?
It wouldn't open.
You wouldn't open? Okay, so what is the name of your account that you're using right now? T.MIC. No, see, MISHLER. Woodville. ILLE.
Yeah.
Woodville. K12.ca. That's our long one. Years ago, our district didn't have a GAP account, but they wanted teachers to create an account, and they all created it under @cusd.com. And then when we got our GAP account, it needed to be clovisusd.k12.ca.us. And so now we have teachers that are trying to share with teachers using CUSD.com, and I won't go there, and they're getting really confused. So that's been a pretty big headache. But yeah, I always tell them it's the long one. The long one is what you have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and invite you. So now you should see in your Google Plus. It should be off to the right when it comes up. Click on that little 2 up there. And click on join video call. Okay, got it. So now I have a joiner.
Does it show you?
Yep. So it'll have me and it'll have him right here. Once he gets in, we're gonna let you in.
Agree to the
So there he is. Now, as soon as I lower the screen, you should see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And now go ahead and talk.
Okay. How are you doing today?
Okay. And this would normally be in a speaker system that actually works. So as me as the teacher, whatever I say is said in his class. His computer's connected to his projector, which is beaming my screen to the kids. And so I'm teaching his kids while he's roaming the room, making sure everybody's on task, and maybe helping the lower kids get caught up. So 2 teachers for the price of 1. And then while I'm talking, maybe he goes, you know, wait a minute, I have a great story about that. He can interject. And now he, from his class, is adding on to the conversation from my class. Now I've opened my room up. He's opened his room up to teaching. And now I get to see his teaching style in real time. He gets to see my teaching style in real time. I don't feel locked in a cage anymore. I start feeling closer to the people in my department, like we're actually a team now. Now somebody hears about this and goes, wow, that's great. Can I get in on this? Yes. All I do is click add another person. And now they're in. Now we're teaching 3 classes at once. Now the kids are getting 3 teachers for the price of 1. Once you learn how to start a hangout, creating a dual classroom is a piece of cake. But remember, the hardest part is getting it set up correctly. And this is where I lose most of my teachers when I get them to try to understand what I'm trying to do. They get lost at, why do I have to give Google my email or my phone number? Why do I have to put in this code? Well, why do I have to click this enable? They don't have to do it ever again. It's just the opening. It's just the setup. And that's what drives people away from this idea. But once you have it down, it just becomes a whole new ballgame. Because now anything that I'm teaching, everybody else is learning at the same time. Now I can get somebody from Indiana and I can say, hey, can we teach, I know you're 3 hours ahead of me, but can we teach on this subject at this time? Yes. And we have to decide who's going to be the leader and who's going to be the co-teacher. Because the leader is the one that starts the hangout, and then the co-teacher is the one that accepts the invitation. So you only need 1 lead teacher. This is great for Common Core because it gives other teachers time to create more immersive Common Core lessons. Because if you say, this week you're going to be the lead teacher, so they're the ones preparing the lessons. The next week you're going to be the lead teacher, so I have time to prepare other lessons as well. It's a great way to spread the work out over a larger area so you can get more done. Are you watching on YouTube? And parents can now watch your class as well, and so they can learn and help their kids when they get home. Yes?
I have a question. In the last session that I attended, they said something about sharing your
your YouTube videos to your website and allowing it to be public or not public or something like that?
Yes.
So that other teachers could access it as well?
Yeah, so all of these recordings, since it's in Google Live, they're all defaulted to public, so they can see it. Now, to put it on your website, it's super easy. If you have a Google site, it's even easier. You go to Insert, YouTube, and then you just put the URL from the YouTube.
What about Weebly?
Weebly, I believe that you have to put in, there might be a YouTube widget for Weebly, which might be pretty simple. YouTube's a pretty uniformly used video format, so.
In my district, I have access to YouTube videos, but my students do not. Is there a way around that?
Yes, there is a very super secret way. Has anybody been in my super secret YouTube way? Give me a few of you. Okay, so I had that exact same problem because I would do this on YouTube and I would post it on my website, and then my students would come in and say, I don't know what we did yesterday. And you go to the workstation in the back, put your headphones on, and watch the lesson. Yes, Mr. Marquez, YouTube's not working. Oh yeah, it only works on my. So here's the super secret way of downloading a YouTube video so that the students can see it. Are you ready? So I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to show you the super secret way. So this is a music video that I recorded for my students. And let's say I wanted them to watch it without having to go to YouTube. Okay? All I do, it's super secret. After the dot, so www dot, after the dot, you put SS. That's it.
Super secret.
Super secret. And when I hit enter, it takes me to the super secret page. Finds the super secret video. Supposed to. There we go. Oh, and it will give you the video link. I don't know why. I guess I have mine on private. I think maybe that's why. But it'll give you a link that says, would you like to download this? Yes. It'll download it right to your computer. And then guess where it's for you. If you download it to your computer, what's the best place to put it? Your Google Drive. Because what does it turn into? A Google video. And who does Google own? YouTube. So it's exactly the same thing. So Google Drive creates Google videos, which are your own personal YouTube that your school district can't block. And so when you go to your website, instead of going insert YouTube, you go insert video. And then you can put it in. Now the students can watch it. I have, and you know that your Google Drive for your Edu account, unlimited space. Unlimited. So I've been collecting YouTube videos for about 7 years. So I have about 3,200 of them. I uploaded all of them to my Google Drive, shared them all with my fellow 8th grade teachers. Now every video for chemistry, astronomy, physics, biology, everything, they all have access to them now. Can put them on their websites without fear of them being blocked. But if you do pull something up YouTube, please watch it all the way through. There are some people that put some things at the end that they shouldn't put things at the end. So watch it all the way through. But this is the super secret way of downloading YouTube videos.
So where the link is, put SS and then
And enter. And then for some reason mine's blocked. I guess I don't want people downloading my videos off of YouTube. I have to hit a setting. But it'll say download. You want to download it as 380p. It's an MP4 380p. It's not super high quality, but it's not super low quality. It's right smack in the middle, so that's a good thing for your website. And it'll get it right here as well. This will also download stuff as MP3s, but that's kind of steep. So that's the super secret way. And then let me show you my website on how I've placed everything on them. You download them as an MP4, 380p. Oh, 480. Sorry, 480. You just don't want to go 720. That's just too high. So if we go here, let's say we're looking at my Unit 1 and PowerPoint. I have the PowerPoint lesson that they can go through. But I also have a recorded session that they can watch. Recorded session that they can watch.
Do you put all your sessions on your website?
What I do is I record every one of my lessons. So I teach the same thing 3 times a day, and I choose my favorite. And then that's the one I put up on my website.
So every day you have.
Every day I record. And then every day I'm uploading. So next year, this is last year's. Next year, I'm going to take last year's down and put my favorite of this year's. So I'm constantly replacing them, but they're all still on YouTube. So I can go back 2 years and see how I did it last year. So like, how did I teach that last year? I can rewatch myself and go, oh, that was awesome. So I can do it that way.
And you put it in there with like corrections saying, hey, Johnny, knock it off type thing, and you do that in the background.
I've never had parent complaints. Sometimes they laugh if that ever happens. But the way that I take care of discipline in my class when we're recording is this. And then move on. So I don't talk, and they know what that means. And so then they stop. And the microphone usually only picks up my voice. And if I'm using this microphone, wherever I put it, oh, right here, it definitely only picks up my voice. So these are really good to use. But if you don't, I'm trying to show you right now that it's pretty easy to just do it off. Now here's the pitfalls that I found when teaching, besides the opening part. So I had a teacher I showed at the high school. That is great. Oh, buying into this, awesome. And he's like, I'm recording my lessons all the time. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Then I get called into my OB's office and she's chewing me out. What's going on? She goes, well, I went into his class. And he was talking. He wasn't there. He was across the hall talking with other teachers while he was playing his lesson from the morning. So what he had been doing was recording first period and then just playing it for the rest. And she came in to observe him, and he wasn't even there. So he got in trouble, but I got in trouble for introducing him to the idea. And I was like, no, that's not the idea. So I told her that she needs to put a smack down on it. Like, that's not going to happen if you want to do this. But you'll find teachers that'll find, oh, this is a great idea, but they only have to teach once and then press play for the rest of the day. That's not going to work. It's not the way it works. But just imagine the possibility. Imagine the possibilities that you can have teaching with other teachers from your site, from your district, from your county, that you've never seen teach before, and you're getting all these ideas. Now the walls start tumbling down. Now your kids are not your kids. Their kids are not their kids. Every kid that you walk by, you could have taught them and not have seen them. Now, I use my glass to receive questions using Twitter, but you don't have to do that. You can use your phone and set the Twitter on notifications, and every time you can have the phone in your hand, and every time it vibrates, you can take a glance down and see the question. You can get a wearable, not the iWatch. You can get a wearable like a Motorola watch or a Samsung watch. Same thing. It'll vibrate. You can look down. You can see the question. You can have your tablet sitting up as you walk by, set the tweet deck, and see the question. So you don't have to have a fancy glass to do this. I just do. But you don't have to. You can get it that way. Now, one more thing. Think about this. You're teaching with a fellow teacher. You met someone online who was an astrophysicist, and you became really good friends with them through Twitter. Say, hey, we're talking about astronomy tomorrow. Would you mind being a guest facilitator on Twitter? So while they're asking questions, get answered. Sure thing. So now you have 2 teachers teaching and a back channel teacher answering questions the kids may have. Now you're totally encapsulating them in the lesson. They really buy in because they see more than one person teaching them. It really turns into an educational community. And now if you're recording and you're recording and you're recording and you're recording, and YouTube is full of all these recordings, now you go online, you search for lessons, you can start seeing educators from across the county and state and country doing what you do. And you can start picking them apart. You can start looking at them and go, hey, can we teach them? I see you know how to do this recording. Can we just add the little man with the plus? And now we can make 2 teachers. The reason I do and don't do this session very often is because, number one, the technology part is not that difficult to get down. But it's the ideas that can be created that we really need to get into in the last part of this session. Because this session is only built for an hour, maybe an hour or 2. It's not too long. But the ideas you have, the possibilities you have, that can drag it on a little bit longer. So whatever you want to do from this point on, it's your session. So what I would like you to do, though, is I would like you to find somebody across the room that you don't know. I would like you to decide who's going to be the lead teacher, who's going to be the co-teacher, and I would like you to kind of do a one-on-one conversation across the room, just so you can get the idea of how to do it. So I would really like you to take this back to your school site and show them the possibilities of this idea. Always start with them recording your lessons first. Once they get comfortable with that, bring up the idea of co-teaching. It will change, it will really change the aura of your campus. When I do this in 7th grade, the kids love it. I walk in and they know, oh, the computer guy's here. We're going to get to do a hangout. You love it. You can start app smashing like crazy doing this. So in 7th grade, we have the hangouts going on in both classes. And one teacher is teaching a lesson on China, another teacher is doing a lesson on Istanbul. And I came up with an idea like, hey, why don't we do a scavenger hunt of all the different places you talked about this year with Disney characters. So we found out all the Disney characters and where they all came from and created a history lesson based on the Disney characters. Created a Google form, which was like a scavenger hunt, and each form had a link to a mind map that we had created. And the mind map took them around asking questions about what they'd learned, and then it pointed them in the direction of which Disney character it was supposed to be. And then on the form it says which Disney character lived where the map showed. They put the Disney character in, hit enter. If it was the right person, took them to the next question. If it was the wrong one, it said incorrect, try again. And then how do I know the winner who won first? Because at the very end, if they went through all seven steps of the scavenger hunt, it said, now everybody in your group stand up and sing your favorite Disney song. And so after about 20 minutes in the other room that I was not even in, you hear these kids standing up, singing that Lion King song. But it was pretty fun. And so we're going to be doing more of that app smashing scavenger hunts later. But it's a pretty amazing opportunity to spread out what you ever thought possible. So if you could please make a friend and please do a hangout with each other just so you can get it down. And play around with the little features off to the side, please. There's some problems that can occur, like Dwayne, that's your name, right? Dwayne? If Dwayne started talking, if I have it set to a certain thing where it toggles between whoever's talking, my screen would change. And we don't want that. We want the lead teacher screen to stay static. So you want to make sure you set it up that way. And that's easily done through camera angles and director. And this is the next step in my evolution. Imagine this. I have 4 teachers that I'm teaching with. We all have examples on our screens, so we want to make sure that they're all being shown. So I get a guest director, one of my students, to become the director. And when Dwayne is talking, he goes, I got something to show you. Cue to camera 2. When it's another person, I got something else. Cue to camera 4. He can be, it's like the Academy Awards. Boom. Which teacher's going to do the talking? The kids will love it. And I'm just waiting to get the kid responsible enough to do when we do it. But the possibilities are endless. If you don't want that video to be shown, you can click on the no camera right there. So I would come over here, no camera. That means his camera will not ever be shown. So that'll be okay. We want the teachers to talk with each other, so I always leave the mic open. And then just to absolutely be doubly sure nothing happens under cameraman on the second option, broadcast a large video that I see, that I'm showing, and hide all other video clips. So I am the lead teacher. So if I don't have a guest director, I would click that just to absolutely be sure it doesn't toggle between the teachers.
So the screen won't change, but the other teacher can interact on it.
Absolutely. So I'm talking, and then Dwayne would be like, "Hey, I have a great add-on to that. Go for it." And now my kids can listen to him. And if the add-on is something he has on his screen, I would toggle between the two, or have a kid help toggle between the two. But right now, one lead teacher, and then the other ones can just interject. So one screen's being shown at all times. When you're doing the hangout with a friend, please try this one. The Google effects. You'll like it. It's pretty fun. Okay, so if you would please make a friend, try it out, and brainstorm. What can you use this for? How can you use this? What teachers on campus do you know right now who would be willing to try it?
What's your computer?
Okay. So yes, when she was here, sometimes yes, this is the area.
Oh, I don't know. So
Yeah, I have that one.
So but if you find to a straight line class, you have to yes. So again, all your notes are on your computer. If you want to do Slack stuff on that, you want to definitely do that. You have to make sure that
So if you do like this, you'll only see
Yeah, how to get out.
they wouldn't see your that whole screen. Yeah, I just turned out my. But if I turn my camera back on, you would see my whole whatever the camera sees. That's what you're sitting in front. You see your whole kind of like a face. So let's start. So this means this is what they would see.
Oh.
Right? And so once they're all joined, say, okay, we're going to start. Then you put administrating where you want to stop. And I just had a good question. If you have multiple people in a hangout, which you two designate the lead teachers to do, you can say, doesn't it get saved to all four? It's the lead. And so you would definitely want to share that YouTube out to your other people that put that on their website as well. That's the question. And then once you're done, so down here it says stop broadcast. So I'm going to stop it. I click stop broadcast.